I'll have to bring things west, obviously, and talk about the Connaught Ulster Alliance. I think that is an extremely exciting development, and I commend all the work that has been done on it. I'm aware that there will be a submission made in January, and that's very detailed, and there are some other ways to go, but I really look forward to that, because I think the economic potential of and the social potential of that is enormous. It's a game changer for the West and for the Northwest, and linking up with McGee as well, which is just the most exciting thing that could happen. And I do want to commend the GMIT as well, and indeed Sligo, for the efforts that they're making to link with industry and to be part of that reform and to drive that. I think there's extremely good people there. And there's a couple of things that we need to address, I suppose, and one is around the funding for students, for the online full-time students and for part-time students. So going right through the life cycle where the courses are put on to suit the students, and rightly so, but then there's a block there in terms of the funding. Maybe you could just speak to that. The other thing I'm concerned about, and it may seem like a small thing, but it's the €250 that was allocated recently and very welcome and being announced by Minister Harris. But I want to ask you, for students who are finishing their course, whether that be after 2 years or after 4 years, we're talking about a credit note. Have you a system in place within your institutions to be able to deliver on those payments? Thank you. I have a short time.
Just start off with that, and thanks very much. I think Paul Hannigan, as president of Letterkenny Institute of Technology, will take the first part of that question in relation to the CUA, having been a driving force for that whole consortium. Paul, you might.
Yeah, thank you very much for the question. I know we met on virtually the last day in the Good Friday Agreement, the Implementation Committee. I think, you know, the issue, as Vincent has outlined, with regard to the consortium between Athlone and Limerick, the CUA has been really important development for the three institutes of technology, but more for the region it operates within and for the students that will take advantage of it as well. So we are on target at the moment, as you said, to complete a submission before the end of December, and then we have other issues to deal with in January. So we hope to make a submission by the end of January. That's the target we have at the moment. There's been a lot of work done on it over the years, and a lot of ups and downs along the way, but I think we're in a good position now, and we will be slightly behind Vincent in terms of the timescale, but we do expect to have the Technological University up and running by the 1st of January 2022. That's the target that we have in play. And we hope it will fulfil the issues that you've outlined and bring the West-Northwest together as a very strong region. And I think the three institutes have been very good at doing that over the last while, and we've been acting as one on a number of different issues, and we've secured significant funding for a number of joint initiatives as well that's driving activity across the three institutes. So it's been a really positive time from our perspective. I think in the context of the issue around funding, maybe Joe will come back to that, or Vincent, in terms of the €250. But I think generally, just looking at what has happened over the COVID period in the context of the Institutes of Technology, I think we've got significant support from government, from the department, in terms of funding to try and bring us through that very difficult period. And I think there's been significant innovation by both staff and students to continue on working from March of last year right through to where we are now. And hopefully we're seeing some light at the end of the tunnel for the second semester and trying to look and get more students back on campus. We've all managed to keep students on campus for a period of time, you know, varying percentages at different times. But I think that's really important in terms of their own personal development and their own social development. And we want to do that more coming into the second semester. And there's a little bit more confidence around that now, I think. So we'll be addressing that in more detail in the next while.
Thank you very much. I just think that's an important point on the €250. If you have, do you have the system in place to be able to?
I think maybe to the latter part of your questions on the funding side of things, if we could, I think we need to separate out the COVID response monies, and the 168 million, which, as Paul says, have been really, really welcome, and has allowed us to do the things that will ensure that our students meet their learning outcomes.
But I might ask if you can come back in a written submission to Deputy Walsh here. Would that be okay? My apologies, just our time limitations, and I know that
we have a solution for the 250 for the 4th years as well.
Have you? Good. Okay, I might contact you separately about that. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Walsh.